praises and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Ha-Rakah Kodash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of great millstone, which taught us the truth, and shalom to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. May you endure into the end. Shalom. All right, this is the Homeland Security for the United States of America website, and they just put out a warning, all right, on domestic terrorism, a new terror threat, okay, and it says right here, summary of terrorism threat to the U.S. homeland. Okay, it says the Secretary of Homeland Security has issued a new national terrorism advisory system bulletin regarding the current heightened threat environment across the United States. All right, and I'm gonna go down and just get the points. This is the duration of this is from August 13th to November 11th, a short time, which it says in the scriptures that the devil, the so-called white man, is going to come down with great wrath, knowing that he hath but a short time. Revelation 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil, the so-called white man, which really red, is come down unto you, having great wrath, knowing that he hath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. All right? And why does he know that he hath but a short time? Because the apostles and elders and prophets of great millstone are revealing the truth through the Holy Spirit of Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai. This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there's come a falling away first, which we lost who we were. Now we're coming back into remembrance of our Father Yahweh and of our Savior Yahweh Shai, as it is written, and of our true identity as the Hebrew Israelites. The true Hebrew Israelites are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, which have been scattered throughout the world in slavery. And that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, which is Esau Edom, the so-called white man, according to biblical prophecy. Now, I'm going to go into the additional details, and I'm going to just grab a couple points that is going to show that he's going to persecute the saints that prophesy. I'm going to start with the first paragraph right at the top. Through the remainder of 2021, racially or ethnically motivated violent extremists, RMVEs, which stands for racially motivated violent extremists, and anti-government anti-authority, violent extremists will remain a national threat priority for the United States. All right? Right here. Some RMVEs advocate via online platforms for a race war and have stated that civil disorder provides opportunities to engage in violence and furtherance of ideological objectives, which they're talking about the apostles and elders and prophets of Great Millstone, the true prophets, because this is biblical right here. All right? We're not violent. Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, is the violent man. Look how he stole the land of America, which he named America after himself. How did he get this land? By violence. All right, look at the Caribbean when Columbus, so-called Columbus, came into that land. All right, he wrote himself that he could not put the sword down for 1 hour. All right, so the violent terrorist is truly Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. Look what he's done to Syria, to Damascus. Look what he's done to the world. All right? And he's wanting to escape. He's a fugitive. All right? And he likes to put the blame on other people. And he's going to look to accuse the brethren for being violent when we are spiritual men. And that's why there's going to be false flags. And they're going to blame it on the Hebrew Israelites. All right? Remember, during the 9/11, which was an inside job, even their President Donald Trump said that it was an inside job. It was demolition. There's no way that a plane could take down that building when that building was those two buildings were one of the strongest buildings in the world. Look at a car that hits a concrete wall on the highway and see which one wins. The car loses and the wall wins. And a plane isn't made to take an impact like a car is. Showing you that plane, what they showed you on TV, could have never took one building, let alone 3 down. All right? Because you got to remember, they didn't only hit the World Trade Center in New York, but they also hit World Trade Center 7, as well as the Pentagon at the same time. All right, so they're setting it up to persecute the saints, which is prophesied in the scriptures. All right, Matthew 24, verse 3, and as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, which is Yahushua, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? And that deals with the end of the rulership of the so-called white man. All right? Because you got to remember, they were being persecuted by the Greeks and the Romans. Verse 4, and Yahushua answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am HaMashiach, and shall deceive many. Which, I'll show you a good example. Here's one example of that scripture being fulfilled. Alright, so I got a channel on BitChute. 2021, the year of hastening the coming day of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. And on the video of the MOTB, I got a comment from this dude right here. And you can see his comment. He calls himself Yeshua HaMashiach. It says, I told you to treat Edom as your brother. Alright, so let's go to his page, which he puts his thing in here. His part for him to be connected. And this is the dude right here, alright? Which you could obviously, this nigga is a fucking retard. Alright? Let's see. But anyways, you get the picture. Alright, so this shows you that there is false messiahs. Alright?
I'm making this video to ask for prayers for my 17-year-old daughter. On Thursday, she decided to get the jab. And yesterday, lost the use of her arms and legs.
Alright? So you can see for yourself there's false messiahs. Alright? Even these Israelite groups like IUIC, ISUPK, One Body of Yahushai, those are false messiahs. And they claim to be anointed. Alright? So these false messiahs have been set up as stumbling blocks to destroy the unbeliever. Because you're supposed to believe on the Messiah, Yahushai, as it is written in the Holy Scriptures. Matthew 24 verse 5, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am HaMashiach, and shall deceive many. And they're going to deceive many. More are going to die because of the deception than are going to be saved. Verse 6, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, which show that those Jewish imposters, they call themselves the Israelis, are counterfeit because they're false Mashiachs. They claim to be the sons of God, but they don't fulfill the prophecies. Because when the Israelites were to go back into the land of our promise, it was supposed to be world peace. And so it shows that they don't fulfill it because there's still rumors of war, like Afghanistan. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Alright, the end is going to happen after they make the implantable microchip, the mark of the beast, mandatory for buying and selling worldwide, which we are in those days. And soon after that, Yahushai will appear in heaven on a chariot, a so-called UFO, taking vengeance on all his enemies, including 2/3 of the nation of Israel, which reject the truth. Verse 8, all these are the beginning of sorrows. Then shall they deliver you up talking about the true prophet, to be afflicted. All right, and that's what they're doing with their homeland terrorist strategy, with their draconian law. All right, they're making it possible so that they could attack the saints and shall kill you. So you should prepare your soul for temptation, because their intentions are to kill us, though they will not kill us all, according to 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 51 on down. But some of us will have to lay our lives down for the testimony of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. And ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. Alright? So there's going to be hatred shown towards the elect. Okay? Oh, I missed one verse. Verse 7. And this is the major point right here. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. Which nation versus nation is a race war. Kingdom versus kingdom is a world war. Which they're both getting boiled. Alright? They're boiling to a completeness now. Alright? And that's the point. That they're saying that the prophets are out here preaching hate. And really we're teaching the truth. Because the Holy Scriptures clearly say that there's going to be a race war. Alright? And all the nations shall be gathered against Jerusalem and Judah, which are the Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, which have been scattered throughout the world in slavery. And there shall be famines, which are happening, and pestilences, which is happening, and earthquakes, look at Haiti, which are happening in diverse places and all over the world. All these are the beginning of sorrows. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. Alright? And that's what we're in. We're in that time. So now going back to the DHS website, where we left off, it says, some RMVEs, racially motivated, violent extremists, advocate via online platforms, which like is YouTube, BitChute, Facebook, so on and so forth, for a race war, and have stated that civil disorder, a civil war, which is going to happen according to prophecy, provides opportunities to engage in violence. Alright? Which there will be a civil war. Alright? Because they're going to try to hurt the prophets. And the scriptures say, do my anointed no harm. Touch not my prophets. Alright? And so the Lord is going to make these Edomites kill each other. Matthew 24 verse 10. And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one and another, and shall hate one and another. It also tells you in the Apocrypha, in 2 Ezra 15, about sedition. It says in verse 14, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword, the so-called white man, the red devil, and their destruction draweth nigh. And one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands, for there shall be sedition among men. That's a civil war, a revolution. And invading one and another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. So they're going to attack their governors and their mayors and the police forces. All right? And that's why Biden is saying that he's going to have the UN come in, which they're already here. All right? Because there's going to be war in the streets of America. There's going to be a civil war, a race war, and there's going to be a world war. Or even a war in heaven. Alright, but we're going to be saved out of it, as it says in Jeremiah 30, verse 7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. So it's Jacob's trouble that we're in. All right, show me one time when Joe Biden went after a so-called white supremacist. All right, show me one time where he made a crime bill to put Caucasians in prison for life. He never did it. He's never done it. He's never called the so-called white man in the presence of the Senate a predator. All right, he's called the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American Indian the predator, and he's created the crime bill to put the Israelite in prison for life. Alright? So when they try to say that they're going after so-called white extremists, you got to remember that this red devil is a forked-tongued devil. Alright? On one side of his tongue, he'll tell you sweet things, and on the other side, he's pushing draconian law against you. Just like in the book of Maccabees, it says he spoke sweet words, and then he fell upon the city with great violence. Alright? So we're in Jacob's trouble, but we're going to be saved out of it. And the sword is going to fall upon Esau's own head after he's used as a sword against the 2/3 of the nation of Israel, which reject the truth. Let me go ahead and read a little more in verse 10 of Jeremiah 30, verse 10. Therefore fear thou not, O my servant Jacob. So the ones that are serving Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, which the spirit of Yahushai is prophecy. So the brothers that are standing tall on their feet in all sincerity, prophesying by the power of Yahweh and in the spirit of Yahushai, we're going to be all right. You ain't got to be afraid of this Edomite threats. The ones that are going to be destroyed by this devil are the 2/3 that are still calling on Jesus Christ, the faggot, that are still practicing Islam, that are still worshiping this devil, all right, even though it's been revealed that he's the devil, like Tazariak of ISUPK, like One Body of Yahushai, where they're lying against Yahushai. Those niggas are gonna die. Alright? Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is gonna send Esau on them and on their house and on their congregation. It says in verse 10, Therefore fear not, O my servant Jacob. saith Yahweh, neither be dismayed, O Israel, for lo, I will save thee from afar, and thy seed from the land of their captivity, and Jacob shall return and shall be in rest, and be quiet, and none shall make him afraid. For I am with thee, saith Yahweh, to save thee, though I make a full end of all nations, whether I have scattered thee, yet will I not make a full end of thee, but I will correct thee in measure. 2/3 will die, and will not leave thee altogether unpunished. Alright, so 2/3 are going to be punished for their rebellion, for their ignorance, and 1/3 of Israel will be saved in America. Now, going back to this DHS website, I'm going to go down. I'll read in the next paragraph. Foreign and domestic threat actors, to include foreign intelligence services, international terrorist groups, and domestic violent extremists, continue to introduce, amplify, and disseminate. Let me see how you say that word. Disseminate, which means to spread something, especially information, widely. Once again, they're talking about the apostles and elders and prophets, especially of Great Millstone. It says, disseminate narratives online. Once again, we're online, that promote violence and have called for violence against elected officials, which the scriptures do. We were commanded to by Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai, and that's how we serve him. It says in Isaiah 14 verse 1, for Yahweh will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land, and the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place. And what, you think Esau's just going to surrender? You think these other nations are just going to surrender? No, it's going to be a violent takeover. When Yahushua comes back, he's coming with violence. Right now, we're spiritual men. We're fishers of men. But there will come a day where he makes us hunters. And we're going to hunt them. It says, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of Yahweh for servants and handmaids. You think that Esau is going to want to serve us as slaves? No, we got to take him with violence. But see, we don't have the strength to do it now. Yahushua is going to destroy them in their kingdom, and the Illuminati, the elite of these Edomites and these other nations, are going to go into slavery, and we're going to pretty much breed them like you'd breed a dog, and we're going to bring back them that died through reincarnation and actually have them born in slavery, just like we've been born in slavery. It says, and they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. So we're going to win. Like it or not, we're going to win. And it shall come to pass in the day of Yahweh, in the day that Yahweh shall give thee rest from thy sorrow and from thy fear and from the hard bondage wherein thou was made to serve, that thou shalt take up this proverb, this prophecy against the king of Babylon, which is dealing with the United States government, starting with their president. So all we're doing is prophesying. And say, how had the oppressor ceased? The golden city ceased. So what's going on with your country? See? And we're telling you what's happening. Verse 5, Yahweh hath broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. Alright, Yahweh has done this. No man has done it. Yahweh through his son Yahushai. Obadiah, verse 1, the vision of Obadiah, thus saith the supreme power Yahweh concerning Edom, the so-called white man. We have heard a rumor from Yahweh, which is a report from the prophets, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen, which these other nations want war with you. Arise ye and let us rise up against her in battle. World War III. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. So the whole world hates you, crackers. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee. Thou that dwelleth in the cliffs of the rock, you Caucasians, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Right? So who has the power to bring the so-called white man down and this great city, America? That's the pride of your wicked hearts. Alright? Because the Lord's going to bring you down. Verse 4, he's brought you down. Verse 4, but what he's talking about is actually bringing you down to the dust. He's going to allow 200 million nukes to hit America. Verse 4, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, which the great seal of America is the eagle, and the Edomites used the eagle even back in the past as the Romans. And though thou set thy nest among the stars, your space force, thence will I bring thee down, saith Yahweh. So Yahweh is going to send his son, Yahushai, and they're going to bring you down, Esau. We're just prophets. You're going to bring your own demise with your vain words and with your wicked actions. Alright? You're going to be brought down very low and thrown into the pit of slavery under the Israelites at the coming of Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai, after they make the implantable microchip, the mark of the beast, mandatory for buying and selling, which they're in the process of doing. So our salvation is even closer than when we first believed. And that's the end of the red man, the so-called white man, Esau, Edom, the devil, the Bible speaks of. All praises and glory to Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai, Ba'asham Ha-Rakah Kodash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, which taught us the truth. And Shalom to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. May you endure into the end. Shalom.